Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Wherever you are in the world, whatever city you're in, whatever you're doing, whatever you're not doing, welcome. So, this is day 4, and right now I'm setting stuff up for my WoWTribe, and anybody that chimes in, appreciate you taking the time. I'm going to just go through a few things today. Miss Nina, WoWTribe, and if you could so kindly share the link with somebody you think might need to hear this. If you're WoWTribe, make sure in your description when you share it, make sure you share and put your referral link in there, and we'll get this conversation started. Let's see here. So just bear with me for a second. It's just me and you, Nina, for right now, I guess. Somebody else is sliding in, it looks like. Whoever chimes in, go ahead and say what's up. Say hi. Say something. Miss Anna. Yes, yes. Wow, Nita Sparkles. And I'm looking to share this right now in the WoWTribe. So, I hope everybody's doing good. Hope you had a great day, having a great morning if you're on this side of the pond. However early morning it is for you. And get this party rocking. I don't have no theme music, so you can't put the theme music on me right now. So I'm doing the best I can, but I think this conversation will be good. It's not going to be very long, but I will do what I do and make sure I provide a little information for you and some hopefully some encouragement, some inspiration, and get some fire under your butt. Yeah, I said fire under your butt. That's what I said. I didn't stutter it. I don't have a speech impediment. Every now and then I do stutter, though. You either know me. So, I'm getting this around right now to the tribe. So, if you are a WoWTribe and you know how to share it, do so freely. Because this is for all of us. This is for you. This is for me. This is for the team. This is for those that want more. This is for those that don't even know they want more, but then, sometimes people just need a little conversation to maybe spur them just a little bit. And I'm willing to provide that. That's not being funny or arrogant or nothing like that, but if we're going to have the conversation, why not just have the conversation? K Boogie, welcome, welcome, welcome. And this conversation is going to be pretty straight and to the point. I definitely want to have conversations with you all. This is day 4 of Grindthe50. And for those that have not been following it, and I've invited some people, and I haven't heard anybody say, "Oh, I want to get on board with that." Because sometimes when you actually do something extraordinary or something with a little oomph behind it, people get a little fearful, scared, not really sure, uncomfortable. But in life, sometimes you have to push yourself, and you really do. You really have to think about, are you really pushing the way that you are blessed to be pushed? And I don't think everybody asks themselves that question. When I first started this a couple years ago, it's funny because I've been having the conversations with a lot of people about what I'm doing, what's going on. What's up, Miss Trina? What I'm doing, what's going on? How can this actually influence? How can I actually make a difference in what I'm talking about? And there's a lot of people that are just followers. And if you've known me, I haven't necessarily been a follower for years. if not years, decades. It goes all the way back to when I was in high school. You know, I was doing different sports and stuff, and then I I wasn't always excited about losing on somebody else's behalf, and so I just went on my own direction. And it was like, hey, I want to see some new things happen. I want to see some things happen, and I have some control of the destiny of those that I touch. And I think on social media, I kind of started doing that because I was doing promotion and marketing and all this stuff with, a group of people. And now, moving forward, I think actually it was like 2010, I made a decision of, you know what, I'm going to push into a different direction. I'm going to push because, entertainment industry, uh, people's way of doing things. I was cool with it, but then I wasn't. I got frustrated. It was like that whole team thing. Hey, Hannah, WoWTribe, feel free to share. Um, and I just had this thing about losing. I've always had this thing about losing, and something that I put in the title was like, okay, so why are we here? Like, why are we on social media? Why are we pushing in certain directions? Why are we going after these different things? Why is it that people love Facebook so much? Why is it people love Instagram so much? Why were they so gravitated to Yahoo Messenger so much? What happened why was everybody just like gravitating to Google Hangout so much? Why did they start, like, why did we get so excited about AOL? Remember that the AOL thing? Well, the reason why is because it's very simple. And it's kind of like, the mantra for WoWTribe, kind of the mantra for True Legacy. We want more. Like, we always want more. Like, you think, if you have kids or if you have nieces or nephews, or, you take care of kids or something like that, kids always just want more. You ever look at a kid sometime and you're just like, man, I want that tenacity. I want that unstoppability. I want that, whatever it is that I used to have. I mean, you used to have that. Like, if somebody told you no, you said yes. When somebody told you yes, you said no. And you had that in you to be unstoppable. Like, do you remember that? Do you remember when, you saw a ball and you wanted that ball, and you wasn't going to take no for an answer, and you went after that ball, and you cried and you fell down because somebody was probably stronger than you, and you got back up and you was like, still saw that ball. And I think we've kind of lost that vigor. I'm telling you, every day, something different happens. And today was another one of those days. This is day 4, and some of you guys don't know even what's going on. If you're listening in, chiming in for the first time, you're like, "Oh, it's good to see Damian. What the hell is he talking about?" Well, yes, it's an addiction, Hannah. And if we automatically have addiction, then we should automatically be able to snap back into addiction for wanting more. I hope you grab that, because like, we start off in life addicted to certain things, addicted to certain ways, addicted to certain smells, and now we're all addicted to this thing called social media. It's kind of crazy, right? Like, people are like, I'm not addicted to social media. But you get up every morning and you say good morning to all the people all around the world, or on your campus, or in your space, or your friends, or your family, or the family member that's off to college, and now you don't get to see them all the time, so they're taking up pictures and stuff and put it on the Facebook, and you're like, oh my gosh, there's my cousin, there's my friend, there's my brother, my sister, my loved one, my aunt, my uncle, my grandpa. and we now have become so attached to what is so, and also what is not. And so it's kind of crazy, because now we have this thing called wowism, and people just, it's new, something you've never seen before, something you're not really sure of. Let me see. I'm going to be answering questions, so, you can bring those questions in. I'll try to grab them. So we should be able to be addicted to wanting more out of social media. Exactly. And sometimes it's good, Hannah, that you're here, because check this out, Hannah, and I'm pointing you out, and that's okay, because we're going to get where you want to go and help somebody get where they want to go. What up, Remy? And help somebody get where they want to go, and somebody else help where they want to go. Just follow the conversation, because it's lesson time for all of us. Like, you shouldn't necessarily be addicted to social media. Your actual addiction is being social. Like, you should be addicted to wanting to connect with other people. You should be addicted to wanting to tap in and find out. It's not necessarily what I share with people. It's actually me being able to give them actually exactly what they want. Well, I mean, when it comes to giving up their exchange for security. All right, here we go. So here's the thing that I have, and this is great. I appreciate this, Hannah, because you're kind of like rolling, because this is Grindthe50. Like, somebody's probably wanting to ask these questions, and they won't ask these questions, and they'll watch this video, and they'll be like, man, that's the question that I had. Good job. That's what we're supposed to do. That's why we're here. I'm not here just to be, in a fishbowl, talking to my phone like a weirdo, because I'm not. Maybe a little bit, but good weirdo. This security thing. Okay. I love this security thing, because I'm going to just take this a little bit deeper, because myself, I always think about the origin of the truth, the origin of exactly who we are and what we understand. So if you have a driver's license, or an identification card, or a library card, or a social security number, your security's been breached well beyond before you could even understand that your security has been breached. Social media is not necessarily taking anything besides advancing our understanding of what we want access to. Because, I go back, age myself, I go back to when we only had a phone connected to the wall. And now I have my phone right now that I can talk to you live, just like this. The only securities that there are the securities that are really not even necessary for us, because the only thing they'll be able to tell you right now is you're at Walmart, or you're on campus, or you're you're at In-N-Out Burger. But they know, securities, they know already. You're connected to Facebook, so it's already known. Like, your phone probably turns on every now and then, you don't even know it turns on. But, the thing about securities for me is, if you don't have leverage, it's not necessarily something that you really want to go into a whole hyper-elucidated thing unless you have the monetary control to actually do something about securities. Because as long as you're connected, you've watched CSI and all that kind of stuff, they have stuff out there. Hey, let me go back. If you've ever watched the Jetsons, just go to the Jetsons. All those things when you were a kid, they're happening now, and so all that stuff is already in place, so you're well behind the technology understanding that you think you understand, and you have no leverage to protect yourself. So that's a huge conversation. But it's very necessary for us to think about. We're just talking about social media, and see, I'm an idealist, and even if I want them to want their freedom to pursue more, they won't. That's not necessarily true. What's true is, here's something. You have to actually tap into other people instead of trying to tap into your own understanding to get anywhere that you want to get to. Period. I can't date a girl and think that my understanding is going to get me anywhere with her. I can't get on a basketball court if I'm not quality trained or have a great understanding of the sport and go tell a coach I'm going to play my way because I don't have an understanding of the other people or the other person so that I can actually get to the next level and help them get to the next level. And that's where the team play comes in. Keep the peace. I feel like make sure your basic needs and feel secure. You guys can see the feed in there. So what she's writing in here, when revolution minds come up and start poking around and try and change things, they are normally cast aside. Well, it's not necessarily cast aside. It's like you don't have enough leverage. And it's always a debatable conversation, but I stop debate and just let's look for the actuals, not the fictionals. And it's not knocking anybody's understanding. That's the thing. It's, people like sometimes think, oh, you're trying to knock my understanding. No, I'm not knocking understanding. What is so and what is not? Can you control the airwaves? No. Can you control anything about social media? No. Can you tap in? Yes. Are you able to go and make things happen? Yes. How? Because all the things that were set up when we first got into television, when we first got into radio waves. I mean, all these things are things out of our control, but we have accesses. These are the facts. And I deal in facts. So when it comes down to like WoWTribe, I'm like, people say, oh, well, people say, oh, no, I don't want to do that. That's something different. And then you just have to like, well, no, not necessarily. It's a different platform, but you're on Facebook. And before then, you were probably on MySpace or you were on Twitter. Twitter was after Facebook. You're probably on Yahoo Messenger or one of those other ones. There's a ton of them. Or a blog or a forum. Or you were somewhere that had nothing to do with your control. But now that you're in this space where you can actually help somebody understand what the next level of something is, what this thing called share economy is, now I get to ask questions about you. I get to find out what you want. And this is something I always want to share with people, find out what somebody else wants so that you can get exactly what you want and they can get the same for themselves at the same time. Think about what I just said. Find out what somebody else wants so that you can get what you want and they can get the same thing they want at the same exact time. Like people wonder how certain people move in certain ways. I think of people like a Michael Jackson. I really do. I think like Michael Jackson. Like people are just so awed Michael Jackson. It's like, what did he do? And he wrote songs and he made lyrics and he danced and he gave to the world and I mean, he did all these things. This is Michael Jackson, Bon Jovi, same thing, all these different people, a Dolly Parton, and I'm talking music because, I was just listening to some music in the background and it's like, what did they do? What are they doing? They're tapping into you, like your favorite music artist or your favorite sports athlete or your favorite technology person. They've actually tapped into you. Now, how do you get into that game? You tap into the game. You got to understand how it works. Like WoWTribe, when people ask me, well, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? I tap into the game. It's not hard, but it's hard if you're so centrally focused on you. You're so centrally focused on your understanding. And I'm not saying, never take me wrong, I'm not saying you are doing anything wrong. Sometimes what it is we're just missing something. Let me see what's in. I'm sorry. I was speaking about most people that I've talked to. They've done studies on it, but of course it's not a blanket. It was, of course, not. It's a blanket statement. Came out wrong. It's okay. It's okay. It's a conversation, and it's a great conversation. It's necessary. Elisa, what's going on? If you're in here, no. If you're talking to people, sometimes I have to check myself when I ask people, when I have conversations, and there's two different type of people. Bottom line, you got to know people. There's two types of people. One person is money motivated, and the other person is heart motivated. Now you got to realize who you're actually talking to when you're trying to actually encourage them to do something different. Like, what do they want? I talked to one person about charity, and they're talking about I got to pay my bills. Wrong way to go about it. I'm talking to somebody that's doing very well and they love to give to charities, and I'm talking about them making money, and they're like, no, I just want to, do this. But you're trying to sell me on this. Well, you're not listening for that person. And that goes back to, why are we here? Why are we doing what we're doing? We're doing what we do most of the time as adults, young adults. Everybody, not everybody, most people have a heart for other people. And it's kind of like when you watch and think about, and I always, people that heard my conversation, it sounds very similar, but it's like going to see a good movie. And you get really excited about the movie. The only people that you actually tell about the movie are the people you think are going to appreciate the movie. Because all you want to do is have somebody else be as excited as you. And so when we're working with trying to get people to understand what we're talking about, go find those people. Maybe you are, Hannah, I'm talking to you. Maybe you are talking to the wrong people. But maybe you're not. Maybe you're not asking the right questions. A lot of times what happens, we don't ask the right questions. Like I said before, you talking to somebody that's money motivated, and you're talking about hugging a tree. Or you're talking to somebody that loves to hug trees, and you're over here talking about going to the bank. Contrast. You gotta make it come together. And that's one of the things that I really think about. And that's a great conversation, great question. I get excited when somebody gets excited, because, it's amazing what we get a chance to do in WoWTribe. And if you don't know what WoWTribe is, you should click the link and join us, because that's what this is all about. This conversation is Grindthe50. Today is day 4. And I made a commitment. I got a goal to hit, and I'm going to hit it. I'm going to find a way to hit it. Even if these lives don't help me out, I'm going to hit it, because I'm going to do everything in my power to push myself in the direction of getting people what they want, and then I'm going to get what I want so that they can get what they want at the same time. I'm glad these are recorded, because I say certain things that just come to mind, and I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes I can't eloquently say it, but it automatically comes out, and you miss it because you didn't record it, or you didn't write it down. Couldn't. I love recording, because it actually helps me. I mean, this conversation is for me, and it's for you. And if you're looking to figure out how we're going to move things forward, just keep having fun. Number one, have fun with it. If you're like me, if you like to have a conversation about getting more in depth about how things work, make it fun. Have in-depth conversations with people. And then, the way they figure it out is just definitely asking them, what do you want? Okay, so how about this? Tell me what you like about Facebook. And you get all these different conversations. Tell me why do you like Instagram so much? And then you have to, like a Jedi, strategically maneuver the conversation into exactly what you want them to get, so they have an opportunity to see exactly what you're saying, so they don't just shut you down. I mean, I'm telling you, I've been doing this for a couple years, but I've been getting rejected for many years. This isn't my first time around the track. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I think my first thing that I ever did was try to sell a satellite dish. And that was right out of high school or something, with one of my mentors. And it's always interesting when you get into different spaces. It's never enough. It's never the right thing to do. It's never, oh, you got it, I got to get some of that. It's never that. There's always a question, why are you doing it? Why haven't I heard about anybody else doing it? Why? I mean, it's crazy. But it's life, because we do it too. Don't you question? Don't you ask? You always, people are always asking, well, Damian, why are you doing this app? You could be doing so many other things. I only have one answer. I'm doing it because I'm doing it. There's no other reason. And I have the why behind it, but the only reason is because I'm doing it. Because I listened to this video. I actually got, my cousin invited me to the situation, and then I watched the video of the founder, and it was dope to me, and that's me just being me. I think it's dope. And I listened to it, and I watched it, and I listened to it, and I watched it, and I listened to it, and I watched it, and I shared it, and I listened to it, and I watched it, and I listened to it, and shared it, and eventually I was like, dude, the share economy, man. I work with actors, models, musicians, athletes, entertainers, entrepreneurs, all these people that say they want more. Every one of them needs it. Like, I could right now, I have models that I'm talking to, and I'm saying, hey, model, you could actually, like, you need photos, and you need to get money for a photo shoot to get with a quality photographer. Well, then, here you go. Earn some money sharing like you already do. I mean, you got a gazillion pictures on Instagram, and your Facebook fan page. You got a billion people on there saying, oh, you're so cute and everything else, but you don't have $1 in your pocket to get gas money. I don't know. I got, entrepreneur businessmen talking about, oh man, I really want to get this product out there and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh well, you got a couple hundred people on your Facebook. You don't even have a Facebook fan page, and you're trying to get your Instagram together, and you're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and selling and selling and pushing and selling and selling and pushing, but you're not really generating as much as you want to generate. So why not, while you are building your business, use a platform that actually predicates to you getting exactly what you want? Monetary gain, connections. You get a chance to create a network. I mean, there's all kinds of things to do. If you have a church, and I get in a lot of conversation with, I like to say, church folk, and it doesn't matter denomination, religion, or whatever it is, you want to grow a congregation, and even in the good book, it talks about making disciples of all nations. This thing that we're talking about, this WoWTribe, it's tribe for a reason. People coming together, you pull your tribe in, and you're able to get out there to more people. It's all the same. It's all relative, But sometimes people don't believe in relativity until they think they have been the one to discover it, and it's like sometimes we all lose. But in this game, the goal and the only end for me, is we all win. And so, how long have I been going? I don't want to go over 30 minutes. Let me see what we've got. 27 minutes. I'll go for like 3 more minutes. If we have any more questions, you can pop in some questions. But that's kind of what I'm thinking about today. And Hannah, appreciate you chiming in. That was like on point. And if you feel like you didn't get what you wanted out of it, we'll keep talking. Everybody that wants to make this happen, we will definitely keep talking. But I'm really interested in people considering and concerning more about the person that you're sharing anything with, and with WoWTribe, considering what you're sharing, that you're sharing with that person with them in mind. Because I think we stopped doing that in society today. We don't think we're a me society right now, and it's like, why not we? Because there's a surplus of opportunity for everybody to win. Hashtag we all win. That's my WoWTribe. Hashtag WoWTribe. Hashtag True Legacy. Like, there's no scarcity. There's no shortage. Like, there's really no shortage. We just create shortage because, we say there's shortage. Somebody makes it popular to put this media blitz out there that there is shortage, and there's not. I was looking at this thing about money, and it's like, there's no shortage of money. There's shortage of people understanding money. There's no shortage of people to touch on social media. I mean, social media is wide and vast, and like, why wouldn't you just be able to just tap into whoever you want to, because you are. What up, Sincere? But I'm always interested, curious, and also bothered by our lack of considering one another. And this is day 4, and I got a lot I can be saying, but I don't want to take up any more of your time. But I hope that I brought some kind of value to you. I hope you consider other people. Like, why are we here? Why are you here? Why are you inviting people? Why are you inviting people to anything? Why do you tell people about movies? Why do you tell people about sports teams? Why do you tell people about anything? Making money is easy, especially in the United States. You are 100% with that one, Jeremy. Welcome, welcome, WoWTribe. But you know what? There's all this scarcity talk. And it's just amazing. We're selfish. Let's go for selflessness. Let's go for really considering one another. Why not? Let's just do it. You ain't got nothing else to do. You already got selfish people around you. Why you got to be there's 9 selfish people in the room. Why you got to be the 10th? There's always, there's these thoughts. I always have these thoughts. That's why I have these calls now, because I get a chance to like go through my day, and I'm gonna mix it up every now and then, this Grindthe50, and I'm, during the middle of the day or early in the morning, I might get inspired about something and just go in. But I hope you guys are tapping into what I just said. The number one thing I want you to get out of this conversation, you can go back and rewind it if you missed something, or if something like grabbed your attention, you want to go a little bit more in depth with it. Consider the person that you're talking to when you're trying to get somebody to be on your team. Whatever that looks like. Be on your team, be on your tribe, be in the movement with you, learn your stuff, understand your stuff. And then here's another one. Understand your why. Your WHY, your why. Why are you doing it? And then sometimes people can gravitate to your understanding or your emotional stance to what you got going on, because, people get frustrated and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, don't get frustrated. Get even with people that are selfish. And then really show them how you're selfless. Like, it's not about business. It's not about products. It's not about services. A lot of times, most of the time, if you look at the statistics, people don't buy the product. They buy the person that sold them the product. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while, so, I think about all these things. This is kind of what I do. I do marketing. I do coaching. I've been an athlete. I've been a promoter. I've worked in an agency and all these different things, and I've dealt with all kinds of different situations and scenarios, and it's not about you. Like when people think, oh, WoWTribe is all you. No, WoWTribe is not about me. WoWTribe is about you. It's all about you. Because guess what? When you win, I win. When I win, your friend wins. When your friend wins, their friend wins. When their friend wins, their family member wins. And then maybe somebody's kid wins because we started this movement. I mean, there's so many possibilities. Let me see what's that. Thanks for the reminder about what other people want, since I tend to assume that they want what I want. Yes. Bam, right there. That's all it is. It's not brain surgery, but something is cool about this conversation. We don't talk about this stuff all the time. We're so educated oriented, and we're so business oriented, and we're so politically oriented, and we're so religiously oriented. We're not people oriented. We got to get people or one another oriented. If I didn't have the conversation with Hannah, we wouldn't be able to have this conversation. And I'm listening for her. She has a great heart. If you guys ever get to meet Hannah, if she shared this link right now, you need to join her. Maybe share this with your friends, Hannah. Maybe they'll capture exactly what you're capturing. I don't know. But figure out what it's going to take for people to get exactly what they want, so that you can get what you want, and then everybody can get what they want. It's the way we win. So that's what I got for now. I keep going. People are going to be mad because I did like a 2-hour video, but I don't care. But I hope I hope I've said something that actually puts you in action. I don't want you to just take it and be like, "Oh, that was it's a really good conversation." No, I don't want that. I want you to get off this conversation, and I want you to get on your phone. I want you to get on your Facebook or your Instagram or your Twitter or in your email or in your text. And I want you to transform the conversation with someone so that they get exactly what they want out of the conversation from what you're offering. And it's not just about, people always think it's just about WoWTribe. No, it's about life. WoWTribe just happens to be there. Wowism just happens to be a tool. And because it's the conversation of peace, that's why we're having the conversation. So, I appreciate y'all. Day 4, Grindthe50. This is the DL grind. Share this with somebody, and then make sure that you help them get exactly what they want. Somebody probably just wants gas money. Somebody probably wants to get into cryptocurrency. Somebody probably wants to send their kid off to college. Somebody probably wants to pay their own bills. Somebody probably just wants a little bit more extra money and wants to give to charities and wants to do all these little basic things, and you can provide it. So that's what I got for now. I'm not going to keep rambling. I'm done. So, WoWTribe, love y'all. Everybody paying attention. If you're not on my WoWTribe, get on my WoWTribe. My link's up here. Man, let's start caring about each other a little bit more. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Good day. Whatever it is. Make it good.